Last year, we released this AI engineering roadmap, which received a tremendous positive feedback, including a testimonial from a bank employee who became AI engineer through self-learning. Things have changed since then, and I would like to present a latest roadmap for 2025. Now, I'm not going to say anything unrealistic just to increase the views. This roadmap requires a lot of hard work, a study of 8 months if you study 4 hours every day, 6 days a week. In the case you don't have any coding or math background. Obviously, if you know some of these coding and math fundamentals, it will take less time. But if you're looking for any shortcut, then please leave this video, because becoming AI engineer means you need to put a lot of hard work. We are going to discuss week by week study plan using free learning resources. We will include a lot of assignments, checklists, etc. that will increase your probability of becoming an AI engineer. Now, I say this with confidence because in my own AI consulting company, Atlic Technologies, we work on many client projects. Prior to Atlic, I have worked with Bloomberg and Nvidia for more than 14 years. So I have a lot of corporate experience. We hire AI engineers in my own team. So whatever I'm telling you is based on the real corporate experience and the things that we have seen while working on those projects. Now, before we start learning, we need to ask this question: are there enough jobs for AI engineers? Well, we can verify firsthand by going to any job portal such as Naukri.com, where you search for this AI engineer role. When I searched for it, I found thousands of jobs. Also, you can search using ML engineer. ML engineer and AI engineer is the same thing. There are many other career titles that companies will use to post these jobs. You can ask your dear friend ChatGPT and it will tell you all the titles that you should be searching for. So basically, as of this recording, there are thousands of AI engineer jobs, and enterprise AI adoption is a bit slow. So for next 5 to 10 years, there will be more and more jobs in this field. Also, when we checked World Economic Forum report, AI engineer was one of the top fastest growing jobs. Here is my roadmap file. Before you start your learning journey, you need to find your match with this AI engineering career. For this, we have designed this free test. So if you click on this link, you will open this test where we will ask you a bunch of questions. For example, do you have strong interest or willingness to learn coding? Coding is very much essential for AI engineer role. Therefore, we try to measure that. Then, do you have strong interest in learning math and statistics? These two are most important things. If you say strongly disagree in these two questions, we'll say, okay, probably you should not pursue AI engineering. You should get some of your fundamentals clear. Then we try to measure all these soft skills or the mindset related things. For example, you like analyzing patterns and finding logic or not. Okay. So this test is very carefully designed based on our industry experience. Look at this question. When you see your salary increase from 1,000 to 1,200, how do you see it? Okay. So that shows you if you have analytical skills, natural skills or interest. And we then show you, okay, you are an 80% match. Let's say a match which is greater than 50%. We'll also show you some solid action items. So after you have taken this test, you can start your learning journey. Here is a diagram of tool skills and core skills. In week 1, you will start with computer science fundamentals. If you are a computer science student or you somehow have knowledge on computer science fundamentals, then feel free to skip it. Okay, you don't need to go through this. But let's say you are starting out, you don't know anything about computer science. In that case, we suggest you do this Khan Academy's free course, okay, where you learn things like, okay, what is digital information? What is internet? What is programming? So you need to have all these concepts like what is bit and byte, computer networks, how like IP addresses work, all of that. Now, one most important thing here is you need to use ChatGPT as your personal mentor. So anytime you have a question, let's say you are not understanding how information packets gets transferred over a network, you can talk to ChatGPT and you can say, okay, can you explain me this concept in a simple language or using an analogy? ChatGPT is this expert companion that you have. You just need to know how to use it throughout your learning journey. People who use ChatGPT effectively will have much higher chance of or much higher success rate when it comes to this particular learning journey. Okay, so ChatGPT as a personal tutor is super important. Now, before you begin week 1, by the way, there is something called week 0, where you need to do some research and protect yourself from scams. So I have posted on LinkedIn recently, like if you click on this particular link, a student posted on my YouTube video saying that he's paying 1 lakh rupees fees for AI courses and they're not getting, like the kind of quality teaching that you get through free YouTube videos. So many people have this inclination that they want to join this in-person classes, which is good. In-person has its own benefit, but there are so many scams going on in the edtech market. So make sure you are not becoming a victim of it. And we have made certain posts which will help you detect those scams. Okay, things like job guarantee. Oh, we provide this job guarantee. Join this class. Hurry up. Offer last for only 20 days. All those things where they try to create an urgency to increase their sales, you should stay away from it. In week 2, you will start learning Python. Python is the programming language of AI. You need to know fundamentals such as variables, numbers, strings, list, dictionary, sets, etc. If you already have programming background, let's say you know Java or some other programming language, learning Python will be a piece of cake. Even a high school student can learn this thing very easily. Okay, it's a super easy programming language to learn. We have all the free resources. For example, on YouTube, you will find this playlist where you need to follow only first 16 videos in this particular phase. Okay, see, you need to remember what not to consume. If you spend 3 months learning Python, because Python is a big programming language, you can spend 6 months also. But you don't want to do that. You want to have some limits on your consumption and learn only optimal amount of things which are needed at that stage. So based on my experience, I feel you should just follow first 16 videos in this playlist. Okay, so strings, number, variables, functions, dictionaries, all of that, right? Until classes and objects. There are many other amazing playlists on Python. For example, Corey Safer, right? He's an amazing tutor. So this playlist again is very big. You don't need to learn everything. Just cover all these concepts which I have highlighted here. See, all these concepts, okay? Then there is a Hindi playlist as well, just in case if you prefer a different language. Once again, extremely important. Use ChatGPT in case you are facing an error. You run a Python program. It is giving an error. You copy paste that error to ChatGPT and ask, hey, what does that error mean? Don't just try to get a ready-made solution from ChatGPT. Rather, understand the fundamentals. See, understanding of fundamentals is super important, folks. So ChatGPT, which is your personal tutor, will help you understand the fundamentals and it will also help you solve your problem. Okay. Now, in this particular phase, which is week 2, you're not only learning Python, you are also tackling some core skills. So I want you to learn tool skill and core skills both in parallel. It's not like you learn all the tool skills and then you start learning some soft skills. LinkedIn is like your online resume. Super important, folks. Okay. So prepare a nice looking LinkedIn profile. We have given some amazing resources for building this LinkedIn profile. So if you click on this particular link, you will land on this page. And here, there is this checklist. So you create your profile by following all the guidelines that we have given. And you just keep on checking all these marks. And by the time you have checked all the check marks, you will have a very strong profile. At least you have created profile. You still need to engage and do a lot of other things, but at least you have created this professional looking profile on LinkedIn. Okay. So don't wait till the end, folks. Do it right now in this order. Assignments are super important. Learning AI engineering is like learning badminton. If you see badminton videos, you're not going to learn it. You have to take a racket and play it, right? So we have given a lot of free exercises here and also solutions. See, on GitHub, you will find these exercises. So for example, read and write file, open the MD file where we have given the exercise along with the solution. But I know you all are sincere students, so you will not look at the solution unless you have tried it on your own. Okay, so trying things out on your own is super important. These are all practical, super efficient, effective exercises that you must complete. If you keep on watching videos, folks, it's not going to help. Don't waste your time. You have to work on these assignments. Week 3 and 4, you will spend in learning data structures and algorithms. As an AI engineer, you will be building scalable, performant AI systems or AI applications. Therefore, you need to have internal knowledge of data structures and algorithm so that you can write efficient software programs. You need to know just the basics of data structures like what is big O notation, arrays, linked list, tree graph, all those basic data structures, okay? And then in terms of algorithms, you need to know some algorithms about search, sort, and so on. We have an amazing playlist here in YouTube which will clear all those fundamentals. You see, like the first video itself has 1 million views, and if you read the comments, you'll get a hint on the quality of this material, okay? So very high quality playlist along with exercises, okay? So make sure you're working on those exercises that we are giving. See here, if you click on this link, you will go to GitHub page and you should be able to view all those exercises. Now, in terms of motivation, I want you to see this particular video at this stage where I interviewed Izam, who got 2 ML engineer job offers with decent salary after 12th. He did not even go to college, okay? And the way he got these 2 job offers, despite not having a college degree, is through online credibility and open source contribution. We'll talk more about online credibility later, but your online credibility, your LinkedIn profile is like your live resume, and that open source contribution, Kaggle competition, if you're participating in, and if you're getting good rank, Stack Overflow, these things are very important. So if you watch this 24-minute interview, you'll get a lot of hints, okay? And you will also get a lot of inspiration. Sometimes I see people, they say, oh, there are no jobs. Oh, we have computer science degree and we are applying in jobs and our resume goes into black hole. Because you are not doing something different, right? You're using some old traditional ways. And there are so many computer engineers out there, and number of ML jobs are not as high as number of people who are out there in the job market. You need to do something different to shine. And if Izam can get a job after 12th, 2 job offers, you can get it too. Open source contribution is not like a rocket science, folks. Let me tell you. With all the AI tools help and with all the help on the internet, actually you can do it, but very few people attempt it. So that's a problem. Now in week 5, you will start with advanced Python. You already have Python fundamentals. Now you learn additional or advanced fundamentals such as inheritance, generator, iterators. For this, you will use same playlist, video number 17th to 27. So if you look at that same playlist, now in this, see, you previously watched up till 16 video, now 17th onwards. You can go till multiprocessing. If you have time, you can also look at this unit testing tutorials as well, and then finish the exercises. In terms of core and soft skills, on LinkedIn, you should start following some prominent AI influencers. Yann LeCun is one such person. He's one of the godfathers of deep learning. He invented convolutional neural network. He writes a lot of good posts, not just the technical posts, but about the future of AI, government involvement in AI, open source, how AI is impacting all of us as a humanity. He writes amazing post on that, and you will learn a lot from him. I have listed a couple of influencers. You can find more influencers too. When you're following somebody, just look at their agenda. Yann LeCun is a professor at NYU, and he's pretty neutral about things. I have seen some of the influencers who are driven by some agenda. They want to sell something. They have some strong political views, and I don't following them because you are not learning the things in a neutral way. Okay, so you want to find some genuine, some good AI expert from whom you can learn things in a neutral way. Now, when you're following them, let's say I'm reading Jan LeCun's post, I also need to engage on those posts. And when you put a comment in that post, don't just say agree, thanks for amazing post, things like that. You should write a meaningful post, okay? Express your ideas on whatever that person has written. Just add your opinion or ask a question. Then this will help you network with others who are, let's say, watching that same post. You are kind of having, it's like you are in a room, someone has said something and you are kind of giving comments and having a conversation. Remember that online presence is a new form of resume. You will not see the impact immediately, but after you are active on LinkedIn for 6 months, you will start noticing amazing results. For my company, Atlic Technologies, we generate majority of our business through LinkedIn. Can you imagine? We generate multi-crore revenues based on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is very, very powerful. Okay, so don't underestimate it, even though you find it boring in the initial phase. Now, in terms of soft skills, you need to have some business understanding and business fundamentals. One of the ways you can build this domain understanding is by following YouTube channels such as ThinkSchool. So let me show you one such video where he has given a case study on how Amul beat the competition during the lockdown. And he will give you some industry knowledge. He'll also put numbers and discuss the strategies and things like that. So that will help you build the domain knowledge. Now, while you're in your learning journey, you will have a lot of questions. So to get the answer, you can obviously use your friend ChatGPT. It's like an AI expert who is sitting next to you 24/7, doesn't get tired, and he knows answers of most of the questions. But many times we need human interaction. For this, you can use our Discord server. So if you click on that link which we have given, like this particular link, you will land on this page which has 47,000 members, and you'll find different channels. Let's say for Python, machine learning, all these different topics, you will find different channels and you can ask questions. Now, when you post a question, you need to know the art of asking questions. If you're facing error and if you say, I'm getting this error X, can somebody help? No one will help you because you are asking for spoon feeding. Instead, you can say, I'm stuck here despite trying XYZ, and can somebody give me troubleshooting tips? This shows that you're looking for direction and not spoon feeding. Okay. So you have to have that knowledge of how to ask question in a right way. Okay. So see, here is a Discord server. There are channels on Python, then there are channels on data engineering, machine learning, and so on. And you see like people discuss a lot of things and you can post a question. So being part of community is very much essential. It's like you're going to gym with a bunch of your friends. And if you don't know how to lift weights or how to use some machine in certain way, you can always ask your friend. Now, in terms of assignment, you need to write meaningful comments on at least 10 AI related posts. Okay. So whatever influencers you're following, write 10 meaningful. Okay. Don't write just agree or some usual thing. Thanks for posting, etc. Write meaningful LinkedIn post and note down your key learnings from 3 case studies on ThinkSchool or any other business case study YouTube channel that you like. In terms of motivation, I would want you to watch this particular video. Here, Tanul Singh, who is a mechanical engineer, immediately got a job after his mechanical engineering. Now, a job as an ML engineer job. Now, he doesn't have any formal degree, but he was using Kaggle. So he was competing on Kaggle. He was getting good rank. Through that online credibility, he immediately got a job. So again, these guys, Isam, Tanul, I know so many people who are going against the norms. Okay, they are building online credibility, they don't have a relevant degree and they are getting multiple job offers. On the other hand, we have people who have AI ML job degree and they don't get even an interview call after applying in 500 companies. So folks, try to understand the difference and try to think out of the box. In week 6, you will start learning version control. As an AI engineer, you are always working in teams. And let's say there are 2 AI engineers working on a common code base. There could be conflicts. There could be requirements for collaborative work. And version control, such as Git, allows you to do that collaboration, merge your code, and manage the code base in an efficient and collaborative way. GitHub is just a front end for that Git version control system. You need to know all these basic concepts, for which we have a playlist. So I'm giving you a link of my own playlist as well as playlist of Corey. I think probably Corey's playlist or video is better than mine. So up to you. In terms of presentation skills, you should watch this video. This is like a Bible of presentation. Okay. If you watch this video and follow the tips, it will improve your presentation skills by 100x. And nowadays, when you become AI engineers, to become successful in your role, you need to know all these soft skills. Without soft skills, you're not going to become successful because AI assistants are doing a lot of coding. So the technical roles have emerged where to get success in technical role, 50% success will come through technical work. Remaining 50% will come through your soft skills. When I talk to aspirants, let's say they have a question, they are applying for interviews, I ask them, in last 2 months, how much time you have spent on technical skills and soft skills? And usually what is the answer? 95% or 99% time they spend in learning PyTorch and TensorFlow and LangChain, one tool after another. These are all fancy tools, folks. Having 100 tools in your resume will not help you. Please trust me, because I hire people in my team, okay? And I have taken interviews in NVIDIA, Bloomberg, again and again. Having 100 tools in your resume will not help you. What is needed is very efficient approach where you learn the required things. And soft skills are super important. So this death by presentation and learning presentation skill, I believe, is more important than learning Python. Okay. So just telling you very honest opinion. In week 7 and 8, you will start learning relational databases. So databases are of 2 types: relational database, which is SQL database, and NoSQL database. As an AI engineer, when you are building a model or integrating the model with the rest of the software system, you are interacting with data. Let's say to train model, you need to pull data from relational database, for which you need to know SQL queries. So you need to know select, where, the basic SQL clauses, basic fundamentals of relational databases, and all of that. We have provided a bunch of resources here. I'm not gonna go through this. SQL Bolt is a nice resource where you can type in a query and it will show you the result. We have a bunch of free YouTube videos. There are amazing free resources available for learning SQL. Once you have learned the SQL, you need to practice it, right? So on CodeBasics platform, we arrange this resume project challenge where we give a real life data set and people participate. So challenge number 4 was a SQL challenge, right? So you can download all the files, then you can work on this problem statement. And what is more important is, after you have built the project, you will create a presentation and write a nice LinkedIn post. That way you are showcasing your live work to the world. Now, on Aryan's post, 1,000 people engaged. And some of these people might be the recruiting managers. And you know what? For Aryan, this actually happened. Some of the recruiting managers saw his profile. They contacted us. We gave a good recommendation, of course, because he was number 1, first winner. He actually got a job because of this, okay? So just look at Aryan's profile and look at his LinkedIn post, okay? He got a job at Integ Enterprise through this particular challenge, okay? So let me just show you his post. Okay, join as a data analyst, blah, blah, blah. And right, see, he has mentioned our names and all of that. So once again, these challenges and the credibility you generate through the participation is super important. So you need to make a LinkedIn post with a submission of your resume. Okay. So if you look at Aryan's post here, he also recorded a video, created a presentation, and shared it on LinkedIn as if he is talking to business stakeholders. Now, if a recruiter, if I'm watching this, I will get a lot of hints on Aryan's presentation skills, his communication. Let's say if I'm working on a project, I know that Aryan will be able to interact with my client directly. So all those hints you get through this presentation. Then in week 9, you will cover the second section of databases, which is NoSQL databases. In modern times, when you are dealing with big objects and documents, I think NoSQL databases are better because they provide scale, they handle the volume properly. There are a lot of benefits, okay? So you need to understand the fundamentals of why NoSQL is becoming popular, because they address all the scalability challenges, unstructured data, let's say images, videos. If you want to store, you're not going to store them in MySQL. It's not efficient. I mean, you can store it, but the better choice is NoSQL. And when you're working for AI problems, a lot of this data is unstructured, right? Like you have videos, images, and so on. So NoSQL is better. There are a lot of databases. MongoDB is one. PostgreSQL is one. There are so many of them. So you need to know at least one database. So I will say MongoDB. Okay, so we have provided a link of all these tutorials. So just watch that and get your fundamentals clear on at least one NoSQL database. It can be MongoDB or PostgreSQL. Now you don't need to again go too much deeper. You need to follow this breadth first approach where you are learning all these skills, okay, and fundamentals. NoSQL database such as MongoDB will have a lot of corner cases and a lot of fancy features, okay? And you can spend 6 months in learning that, but that's not the right utilization of time. So just learn the essential concepts. And in terms of motivation, I would encourage you to watch this video of Mahadev, who moved from mechanical engineering to deep learning with his passion for math. He had a passion in math, okay? And he did a bunch of things to transition to deep learning where he got 2x salary hike. Okay, so this will inspire you and also give you a lot of tips based on the real story of Mahadev. In week 10, you will learn NumPy, Pandas, and data visualization. Okay, NumPy, Pandas are used for doing data cleaning, data exploration, data manipulation before you start training your model. So must skill, okay? You will not see an engineer who is not using NumPy and Pandas. There is a free playlist here, and also in my math and statistics course, I have made one chapter on Pandas, Matplotlib, and Seaborn completely free. So if you go to this course and look at 5th chapter, see, this is completely free with exercises and so on, okay? So just follow that. Now, week 11, 12, 13, you will learn the most fundamental skills, which is math and statistics. It's like, Einstein once said that politics are for moment and equations are for eternity. Same thing. Math and statistics will remain same in the field of AI. The frameworks will change, PyTorch, TensorFlow, tomorrow there will be new framework. But math and fundamentals, right? Your linear regression, your derivatives, they are not going to change. And to become successful in AI engineer role, you need to have strong math and statistics fundamentals. Folks, don't make a mistake thinking that I can import this library, scikit-learn library, write 5 lines of code and I'm done. No. When you are evaluating your model, when you are scaling your model, you need to understand all the underlying math concepts. So we have listed all those concepts here: probability, distribution, correlation, central limit theorem, and so on. And also provided you all the resources. So Khan Academy's course, okay, in that course, what you need to learn. StatQuest is an amazing YouTube channel which has all these concepts clear. Then 3 Blue 1 Brown. Oh my God, folks, this channel is amazing for learning math. Okay, so week 11, 12, and 13, you are learning math and statistics. And you are also working on all these assignments. So just read through it. I'm not going to show everything just in the interest of time, but you'll be able to download this PDF from the video description, read through it, and make sure you're working on exercises. In week 14, you will work on exploratory data analysis. Pandas is a tool, and Matplotlib and Seaborn are also the tools that lets you do exploratory data analysis. Okay, but exploratory data analysis, EDA, is a concept. So you go through this particular video of online retail analysis, where I analyzed some 500,000, I forgot the exact number, but a huge data set with online sales transactions. So you'll get an idea on, how to do customer segmentation, how to do RFM analysis, various concepts related to EDA. Then on Kaggle, you will find a lot of notebooks. So you can look at all these notebooks related to EDA. You can get some inspiration. And then you look at some of the data sets and try to do EDA for at least 3 data sets. Okay. So perform EDA for at least 2 additional data sets. That's your assignment. Now, next 1 month, 15, 16, 17, and 18 week, you will learn machine learning. And when I say machine learning, I am referring to statistical machine learning, where you will learn concepts related to pre-processing and also model building. Now, machine learning is used for regression, classification, and so on. And there are linear models such as linear regression, logistic regression, gradient descent, and so on, and non-linear models. Okay. And for model evolution, you're using all these metrics. You also need to know how to do hyperparameter tuning, and then there is unsupervised learning as well. Now, in terms of learning resources, we have this amazing playlist with more than 2 million views. Okay, so this playlist is 6-year-old, still very relevant. It has a lot of views. Now, folks, if you want to learn things using a latest API and some additional concepts, add free experience, then we have this bootcamp. So if you go to codebasics.io, we have this AI bootcamp where we have taught all the latest things using latest API. And also it has a lot of projects actually. So it is much better than the YouTube playlist, although YouTube playlist is also good. So if you can afford the money, you can explore buying this bootcamp. Otherwise, if you want to learn through free resources, there is this YouTube playlist as well. In this section, you will build some project management skills, and Scrum is a methodology that majority of the companies use for building projects. When I was working at Bloomberg, we had this Scrum training, and the Scrum coach who came, he asked us to follow this resource. This is an amazing free resource to learn about Scrum. Small, like 5 to 10 minutes videos each. If you watch these videos and try to understand it, you will get a very good understanding of Scrum methodologies. Okay. And here are your assignments. Okay. You need to write 2 LinkedIn posts on whatever you have learned in ML. You need to help people with at least 10 answers in Discord, because when you give back, the law of karma will work and you will also get return. Okay. And then finish exercises for all the tutorials I have mentioned in this section. In week 19, you will learn MLOps. MLOps is similar to DevOps, where you work on deploying the models, creating the backend for which you use a framework such as Fast API. You will set up pipelines, model monitoring, things like that. We have provided a couple of free YouTube videos for this. For example, you use MLflow for something called experiment tracking. Then there is Docker, where you build an image with model and with Fast API backend and deploy it to production. In week 20 and 21, you will work on machine learning projects. Folks, working on projects is extremely important. The first project is a regression project, where we are doing Bangalore property price prediction. There is this YouTube playlist, and it covers things like data cleaning, feature engineering, building Python Flask server, building website, and also deploying it to AWS. The second project is very important project, because this project is based on the real client project that we worked at in my company at Lick Technologies. So if you look at this particular project, it is a mix of statistical machine learning, regular expression, and a little bit of Gen AI. Don't worry, even if you don't know Gen AI, we are calling some DeepSeek or Llama model, and we are classifying very small percentage of text. Okay, so it's a log classification project where we are using regular expression, BERT plus logistic regression. So this part is big and it is relevant to your machine learning. Okay, so let me show you this particular video. And we have done this custom approach. So let me just show you some diagram here. So see, these are like all the architecture diagrams and things like that. And here is the main diagram where using some if conditions and some dbScan clustering approach also, we are making that decisions, okay, on what approach to use to classify what kind of text. Now, this project gives you a feeling as if you are working in the industry because it's based on the real project only. And one mistake that AI aspirants make is they are following some tutorials or courses where you take a data set, you build some glorified model, you find, okay, accuracy is more than 90% and your project is done. But in real life, things work very differently. You will never have one glorified model. You will always be using this decision tree kind of custom approach for, let's say, doing log classification. Here, we used regular expression where we had fixed patterns. Then we used BERT and logistic regression where the patterns were not exactly fixed, but there was a semantic similarity between them. And then there was a third use case where we had some logs for which we didn't have label data and for which we had to use Llama or DeepSeek type of LLM. So this project, folks, I'm telling you, it's super important. Then when it comes to ATS resume preparation, ATS means application tracking system. You will watch this particular video where we have given a couple of resume templates. Okay, we have given a lot of resume templates, and I and Hemanand reviewed some resumes. So both I and Hemanand have worked in the industry. We have reviewed hundreds of resumes. So just imagine 2 hiring managers are reviewing the resume. So we talked about specifying your projects in this STAR method, STAR, situation, task, action, result, etc. Watch this video, folks. You will build a great resume by following the guidelines here. Then the next thing is project portfolio. Now, project portfolio is super important. So here, project portfolio means you have your live projects where a recruiter can go to a website. It's like your live resume, and they can check your GitHub code. They can check some screenshot. Maybe if you have a live application on Streamlit Community Cloud, they can play with it. Okay. So this is much better than your resume. So you can create project portfolio website using things like github.io, or if you're using, let's say, Codebasics resource. Okay. So let me just edit this document. So Codebasics Bootcamp student portfolio, and this portfolio is from one of our students in data analyst batch. In our data science bootcamp also we have that project portfolio feature. So let me just show you. So here Rachna Hadke, right, that's the person name. So first of all, she's giving her introduction. Now if you go to any interview, usually interviewer will ask, okay, tell something about yourself, the projects you have done, and you're essentially doing that here. So that way, if let's say this person has applied in my company, I will go to their website, I will watch the video, I will get some clues on their communication personality, how they present their ideas and so on. Then there is a LinkedIn link here. You can download resume. You can look at the projects that they have worked on, of course, their skills. And look at this project, right? If I'm looking at this project, there are screenshots. They have also talked about, they have created a video presentation on this project. And not only that, there is a live project here. So when I click on it, see, I can play with different things and so on. So this is the website of one of our bootcamp students. As part of our bootcamp, you can easily create this website. In data science bootcamp also, we have this project portfolio feature. This is something that will help you stand apart from rest of the crowd. Okay, so this is something very unique, and it has helped many people get an interview call. So super important. Assignment. What you will do is you will use Fast API for, let's say, Bangalore price prediction project in YouTube. We used Flask. Now as an assignment, try to use Fast API. Also, instead of property price prediction, take any other regression project from Kaggle and build the project using that same template. Okay, that playlist is just a template where you are doing data cleaning, feature engineering, model building, Fast API backend deployment. You can follow same template to solve a different problem. So you will do that as an assignment. And for classification, instead of log classification, take any other classification problem from Kaggle and solve it. Okay. And once you have completed those projects, write a LinkedIn post where you specify what you have done in that project. You can also create a video presentation where you talk about your project and as if you are presenting it to your business stakeholders. Okay. Then from week 22 to 25, which is 1 month, you will learn deep learning. Deep learning is crux of modern generative AI boom. Okay. They use deep learning everywhere. So you will learn what is neural network, multi-layer perceptron, and spatial architecture such as CNN, RNN, transformers, right? So transformers and so on. Now we have this playlist on YouTube, which has received very good response. The playlist is in TensorFlow and it teaches you all the essential concepts. Let me open this project as well. And then you have end-to-end potato disease classification project. Here is the playlist. Okay, TensorFlow. There are so many videos, including this potato disease classification project. Now, this project is, folks, very high quality project. If you look at this project, what we did is we build an application in React Native. So it's truly end-to-end application where, see, you take a picture of a diseased plant. So I took a picture. Just watch this visual. And it will call a Fast API backend, which is powered by the deep learning model that can do the classification. Now it's saying predicting, and it will tell you what kind of disease this particular plant, see, early blight. So truly end-to-end project. Now, some people will argue that, okay, PyTorch is more popular nowadays. Well, I agree. PyTorch has become more popular compared to TensorFlow. I didn't have time to reshoot the entire playlist in PyTorch, but if you're looking for a paid course using affordable fees, then we have this same data science bootcamp where we have this deep learning module. Okay, so if I go to deep learning module, this entire module is in PyTorch and it has a lot of latest concepts also. Okay, and in this bootcamp, by the way, we have this machine learning module where we have 2 projects. And this project, credit risk modeling project, this is like a real project. Okay, once again, we are using real business problem, which is credit risk modeling in finance, and we are giving domain understanding, we are giving scope of work. So when the project starts, actually, you will build a scope of work module. As I said, like as an AI engineer, having technical skills is not enough. You are presented with an abstract problem. You need to come up with MVP and create this statement of work document. So we are teaching all of that here in this particular module. And you will also do something like, let's say, okay, in phase 1, what you're doing, in phase 2, what you're doing, what are the teams, things like that. And there is some domain understanding. So in NBFC, right, in India, it's like non-banking financial company. We are providing a lot of like domain concepts such as what is DPD, right? Days past due when it comes to a loan. So all this domain knowledge is critical. So this project talks about domain knowledge, scope of work. Then you go into data collection, your usual pipeline. You touch base on weight of evidence, information value, all those cool concepts. And then you deploy the project. You build a Streamlit app and so on. Okay, so that's about deep learning. In terms of assignment for potato plant disease classification, you can use different vegetable, let's say tomato plant, and you can classify diseases for that. And instead of deploying to GCP, so in potato disease classification, we deploy to GCP, you can now deploy to Azure. So you want to learn from that project, but you don't want to just copy that project and mention it in your resume, right? Because that doesn't look good. You will make certain changes and you will make your own customized project, and then create a presentation, make a post on LinkedIn with video presentation. After deep learning comes NLP or computer vision. It is okay if you don't learn both of it. I think I would say go for NLP because it has a lot of use cases. Computer vision is also good. It depends on your interest. For NLP, we have this excellent playlist where you are covering all the concepts. See, look at this playlist and look at the views and everything. It's a super high quality playlist with some end-to-end project. For example, in Dialogflow, we built a chatbot, things like that. Okay. After NLP, here we have mentioned few resources for computer vision, and in that NLP playlist, we have a lot of exercises. In week 29 and 30, you will start the most fanciest and most hot topic, which is generative AI. Here, you need to know the fundamentals of LLM, vector DB, embeddings, what is RAG, what is agentic RAG, what are AI agents, and learn at least one agentic framework. I prefer Agno, which was called PhiData before, because it's very intuitive, super fast framework. Now I have a couple of resources. So we have this GenAI course, okay, crash course. See, it got like 500,000 views in 10 months. So very high quality resource. We are covering everything like vector databases, embeddings, LLMs, things like that. And then another video is on AI agents. So this is a beginner tutorial for AI agents. Once again, very good quality resource. And the third resource is projects. Projects are always useful, right? So we have these 3 projects. As and when time goes, folks, I will add more projects to this playlist. This project is using Llama 3.2. You can also plug in DeepSeek, any other open source model. We have created Streamlit UI, and you are using the open source model for solving a variety of problems. Okay, so that was GenAI projects week 31 and 32. The whole field of GenAI is evolving, so I will keep on adding more free resources. Also in our bootcamp, we will add more and more resources. Now, week 33 onwards, you will work on building more projects. You will continue building online credibility through all these resources. You will also apply for job, and hopefully you get a success. This 8-month roadmap, folks, is there to help you build fundamental skills. The learning in AI is an endless process. I'm learning a lot of new concepts even today because the entire field is evolving. So it's not like you work on this for 8 months and you're becoming an expert. It's an ongoing journey. But at least in this 8 months, you have covered the fundamentals and basic grounds such that you can apply for job, you can appear for interview, and so on. Now I want to mention some tips for effective learning, which is spend less time in consuming the information, more time in digesting, implementing, and sharing. We live in a world full of distractions where you watch one video. Let's say you are learning regular expression in Python, you watch one video and immediately another video shows up in your YouTube recommendation. You watch that video and you just spend 2 hours. You need to watch one tutorial, spend less than 15 hours, take note and pen, digest the information, organize your thoughts, write some code, and hopefully share with people. Group learning is super important, folks. In our Discord server, we have partner and group finder channel where you can form a group. So let's say if you are in college, you can have a group with a couple of your friends. Or let's say if you are working somewhere in a same town or even remote, you can make a group using this Discord and make yourself accountable. Have a Zoom call once a week with your group. Share your ideas, share your plans, share your goals for the next week. And that will result into effective learning. That's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any question, post in the comment box below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who are trying to upskill themselves in the field of AI. In the end, I will say one thing: if you are going for ad-free guided learning, then just be careful. There are a lot of scams going on right now, where just look at this comment, folks. This is just one comment. I'm getting so many such comments where they pay a lot of fees for courses, either online or in person. They don't get quality education. So you need to do your research. You don't need to trust me. See, I talked about my bootcamp, but you don't have to kind of believe in that. You have to do your research, find out what kind of bootcamp or what kind of content is genuine, and only pursue that. Okay. See, people opt for some cheap courses on Udemy, and that's fine. But often what I have seen is these courses do not offer that quality or that industrial relevance. And although the course is only 500 rupees, you don't take into consideration the cost of lost motivation, because some people will just give you a lot of content and you watch 10 videos and you are bored. Now you lost your motivation. You think AI is not my cup of tea. But because you focus just on money and not the quality, now you lost a big opportunity, which was making a career in the field of AI. So whenever I'm watching any tutorial, I give a huge factor for the time spent and for the lost motivation. So always follow genuine instructors, the people who have industry background, who have genuine intention. Okay. So just my 2 cents. I wish you all the best.